Hello everyone, this is Mrs. Venti. In this video, we are going to look at the laws of exponents. This is a grade 11 video. We're going to do example 1. But because we're starting exponents and surds, we're going to just do a little bit of recap of stuff that you did in grade 10 that you should be good at the moment. First thing we want to do is go through the laws of exponents. So our first law of exponents says if you have the same base, a to a power multiplied by a to the power, then you add the exponents. Similarly, if you have the same base and you are dividing, you subtract the exponents. If you have a power, which is a base and an exponent, raised to a power, then you are going to multiply the exponents. A to the power of m to the power of n is a to the power of m times n. If you have more than one variable or number inside the brackets, it means everything in the bracket is raised to the power. If you have a fraction to a power in the brackets, then everything in the brackets is raised to the power. So those are our 5 laws that we're going to look at. In this video, we're going to look at example 1, which is question A and B. So you can pause the video, give it a try, and then resume to see how well you did. Okay. For question A, we see that we have got both variables and coefficients, and we've got powers. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, normally what we want to do is work with the same basis. In terms of our variable, our coefficients, this is our numbers. We have the number 2, the number 3, and technically we have the number 1 over there. So I am going to multiply those. I'm going to put all the coefficients together. I'm going to say 2 times 3 times 1. And then I'm going to look at my variables. Here I've got a base of A and a base of A. Here I've got a base of B. So I've got A to the power of 2 and a to the power of 3. If I have the same base, I add the exponents. A2 plus 3, and then my last one is that b, which is b to the power of 0. Okay, now that I've done that, I can go ahead and simplify, and I can say 2 times 3 is 6, 6 times 1 is 6, A2 plus 3 is 5, b to the power of 0. Now, I didn't put this on your laws of exponents, but I'll add it now, and I'll say anything to the power of 0 is equal to 1. This is called the 0 exponent law. So b to the power of 0 is equal to 1. So that times that times that, which means we have a final answer of 6a to the power of 5. Okay, let's look at question B. In B, what you see immediately is that everything has the same base. So we have 3, 3, 3 as a base on the numerator and 3, 3 as a base in the denominator. So before I do everything in one row, I'm going to keep my fraction, right? And I'm going to say a base of 3 in the numerator and a base of 3 in the denominator. Multiplication in the numerator, which means I add my exponents. I'm going to say 5 plus 1, because if there's nothing written, it's to the power of 1, plus 3, and then my denominator is going to be 2 plus 6. So that gives me 3 to the power of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 over 3 to the power of 6, 7, 8. 3 to the power of 8. Okay, now I've got it simplified. Next thing I'm going to do is I am going to write it out as 1 exponent. Because it's a division sign, I am going to subtract. So that means this becomes 3, 9, division sign means minus 8. That gives me 3 to the power of 1, which is a total of 3. Okay, that should have been easy enough. All right, still in example 1, here is a question C and D. You can pause, try, and then come back. All right, So what do we see here? We see brackets, right? We see powers to the power. So how do we go about doing this? It's very important for us to follow beatmas, meaning that we need to do the order of operations. Inside C, inside the bracket, there's nothing I can do. I can't simplify, I can't multiply. It is as simple as it gets. So my next letter in beatmas is exponents. I am going to deal with this exponent. And this exponent must go to everything inside the bracket. Now notice I have 4 things in the bracket. I have a sign, which is negative. I have a coefficient, which is 3. And I have 2 variables. And therefore, it must go to all 4 items. So I'm going to erase this because I just want to be able to see and not make mistakes, right? So what's going to happen is minus squared, minus times minus becomes plus. Then it becomes 3 squared, a 3 times 2 because it's a power to a power, and then b 1 times 2 because there's an imaginary 1 there, and it's a power to a power. That is my numerator. I'm going to do the fraction line and my denominator stays the same, unchanged. So now I'm going to simplify my numerator, and that becomes 3 squared is 9, a 3 times 2 is 6, b to the power of 2 over a 5b 3. Awesome. Now I'm going to write everything in one line. So I'm going to say 9 and 1 doesn't change anything. So 9 is my base, untouched, no changes there. Then a base of a, 6 is a numerator, minus 5 is the denominator. My base b, 2 is a numerator, minus 3 as the denominator. Simplify further. A 6 minus 5 is 1. B 2 minus 3 is negative 1. So another thing that is very important for you to remember is that negative as an exponent means go home, if you remember, or go to the other side. It means you're in the wrong place. This means that this should not be written as a numerator, but it should go home as a denominator. So I'm going to simplify that, and I'm going to write this as 9a to the power of 1. I don't write the 1. A as a numerator over b to the power of 1. I don't write the 1. And that is going to be our answer. There you go. That is our answer for question C. All right, let's do question D. Question D, beatmas, inside the brackets, what can I simplify? So according to the rules of fractions, if you multiply and divide, then you can simplify, right? So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to simplify what's in the bracket. And I am going to start by saying 2 goes into 2 ones. So that becomes a 1. 2 goes into 8 4 times. So now I've got 1 over 4 instead of 2 over 8. And that's all that I'm doing in my first step. In my second step, I'm going to work with this exponent. And again, everything inside gets the exponent. So because it's plus, I'm not going to worry too much about the sign. And I'm going to write my fraction line. It's going to be 2x. Sorry, I just told you that 2 became 1. Haha. It becomes 1x and 4y minus 4. And what I'm doing with this orange exponent is I am raising everything to that exponent. Sorry, it was x cubed. So it's 3 times negative 3. And it is 4 to the power of negative 3. 1 to the power of negative 3. 4 minus 4 times minus 3. All right. So let's simplify. I have got 1 to the power of negative 3, which is 1 to the power of negative 1, x minus 9 over 4 to the power of 3. Hang on one sec. Okay, that's 64 to the power of minus 1. Now, don't forget that that minus didn't go. I just did that to the power of 3. And then that becomes y. Minus and minus is plus. 4 times 3 is 12. Now, I've got a lot of negative exponents. I want to get rid of them. So I am going to take them all to the other side. So 64 becomes my numerator. To the power of 1, I don't write the 1. Over. Now, notice my y12 is positive, so it stays at the denominator. 1 goes down, x to the power of 9 goes down, and y to the power of 12 goes down. And that's my answer. Now, what I did here was I simplified in the bracket, and then I did the exponents. But I just want to show you an alternative. At this point here, we could have gone from here and said, okay, let's go and say equals. Instead of working out the exponent first, I could have first swapped it. So I could have swapped it and I said this could have become 4 to the power of 3 over 1 to the power of 3. And then my x's, I could have simplified x minus 9, or I could have put the x minus 9 here and the y12 there. That would have been okay, because this would have given me the exact same answer, which again is going to be 64 x, sorry, that would have been positive 9, x9, y12, which is the same answer. So remember, when it comes to Beard-Mass, multiplication and division is interchangeable. You can do one first and then the other. It doesn't matter which one comes first. So, ladies and gentlemen, this was the video for example number 1. If there's something specific you did not get, please send me a text. Let me know. I will explain. I am here to help you. I need you to be able to do this on your own. So, go ahead, like, subscribe, do your work, send me pictures so I can see that it's done. Thank you so much. Bye.